It's a home seller's worst nightmare. You just closed on the sale of your home, and all of a sudden you find yourself sued by the buyer because of something that they said you didn't disclose. That's exactly what happened in the case of Hahn versus McElroy. Let me first tell you the facts of the case. Then I'll tell you what was decided by the judge. And then finally, I'll give you some ideas about how I would have handled this to avoid being in court in the first place. So back in 2018, Mr. Hahn purchased this property, this lovely single-story ranch with a crawl space from the McElroys. It's in Yorkville, Kendall County, Illinois. The McElroys had owned and lived in the place for 17 years, and during that time they had various issues with water in the crawl space. Finally, in 2015, the sump pump failed and they had a flood in the crawl space. At that time, they had everything repaired, sorted out, and between then and the sale in 2018, they had not been in the crawl space at all. Now, shortly after Mr. Hahn purchased the property in 2018, he noticed a musty, dank smell in one of the bedrooms. And upon further investigation into the crawl space, he saw that there was dampness and what appeared to be mold. He called in a remediation company who attributed this condition to a crack in the foundation and the dryer vent being vented into the crawl space rather than out of the home. Feeling that this was something the McElroys must have known about and failed to disclose, Mr. Hahn filed a lawsuit. He alleged in the lawsuit that the McElroys were required to disclose this condition to him during the transaction, and failing to disclose was a violation of any number of either intentional or negligent misrepresentations. Now, interestingly enough, the case was divided by directed verdict in favor of the McElroys. And what that means essentially is that the judge in the case determined that after Mr. Hahn put on all of his evidence, he didn't state enough facts to support a claim for any of the things he was alleging that the McElroys either did or didn't do. Not a great place to be if you are the plaintiff's trial attorney there. And essentially it all boiled down to the failure to develop any factual basis for the idea that the McElroys knew about this and therefore could disclose it. Essentially, if you don't know about something, how are you to disclose it?